accessibility, hotkeys, advanced. I'm on now. Son of a bitch. Okay, hold on. You gonna take the Lexus? I guess. I left it behind your car. I just want to make sure you didn't back into it. I don't know. The garage door just opened. Okay, I guess I am live. Hey, Joe. I guess it finally started working. So, now I got to get all set up. Okay, Safari. Boom, boom. And then we're going to go to default workspace. And I do have to bring up my notes. Okay. We'll go down to Thursday. I'm going to bring up this. Joe, I don't know what happened, man. I was trying to set this up and son of a bitch, it just wouldn't let me. So, okay, we're going to go down to OBS. We got this. Live chat. There we go. I'm sorry if if people started joining and I wasn't here. Now I've got to figure out how to make this work. Okay. I think I'm going to do this. And this gets done over here. Boy, that's an interesting. I know you guys can't see it, but holy shit, it's an interesting setup I've got. We're going to move this over to here. And then Active Trader Pro. I'll move it. I need to expand this. Okay. I'm going to make that larger. I'm getting all set up on the laptop. That's essentially what's happening right now is I got GarageBand and we'll pull this back. And I haven't done scans yet. So I've got to, you know what? I'm going to move that out of the way because you guys can deal with not listening to me. Not hearing me as well as you normally can. So scans, we'll do some scans. I'm just going to do a basic scan of stuff. XLK. PayPal and Shopify. Those are in the brokerage holdings. Morning, Jeff. I'm sorry, guys, by the way. I was trying to get everything started, and it just kept telling me scheduled. And I don't know why. But it literally wouldn't go for me. Let's see. We'll do Mara on the 65. TARK. Interesting. That crossed up. On levered ETFs, we'll do low card Vanguard, VUG. What's XLG? I don't even know what that is. Oh, that's the top 50. Okay, we want this one not in. We want it in spider sectors as well. So let me put this in spider sectors. There we go. Yes. Okay, we've got XLG. Just getting through there. Low cost, and we'll do this. For some reason, I thought I had like 700 subscribers here, not 570. It was a long drive, by the way. I left at 7 at night. Did not arrive back until okay, we've got those two. Did not arrive up here until 10 a.m. That's a long drive. Wow. Okay. Watch scans. MAR, MASI, SC, Lowe's, HD, Upstart, Tilray, Enphase, HLT, Chewy, JMIA, ARKK. ARKK crossed up. I thought that was in one of our watch lists. Oh, it's not. Okay, that's in my personal watch list. Okay. Not owned. Let's look at the ARC. It's in the car. My parents are afraid of being on YouTube, by the way. So I just had an 80-year-old man. Where's the fob? I left the fob in the car. And so now I'm assuming I'm going to get yelled at. Listen. They live in the back of a neighborhood where it's 1.5 miles to the nearest house. Outside of the neighborhood, they have a guarded gate with guards. Yeah. You could pretty much leave your house doors unlocked in this neighborhood and not worry about it whatsoever. Oh, and now I got to let the dogs in. Hold on. Here I come. Here I come. You want to come in? Okay, come on. Come on, Penny. Penny, come here. Come on. Okay, you're going to hang out there? Come here. You want to come in? No? She's going to hang out there. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, we got all the ARC funds. Ooh, Melly crossed up. We're going to put in Melly. And that's all I see in those. Let's go to the S&P 5. Or I'm sorry, the Dow 30. If anything crossed up on the Dow 30. Home Depot. Let's look at NASDAQ 100. MAR. TMUS, TXN, Enphase. Okay. Hey, Brian, I was just saying I left at 7 at night, got here at 10 yesterday morning, and I was escorted out of the house because the housekeeper needed to clean the house. And obviously you can't stare at somebody while they're cleaning your house. That's what I was instructed, even though my housekeeper shows up at my house and I sit there and play video games. As the dogs continued, they tear up the mops. I think I have to buy my housekeeper a mop every time she comes. I don't, but I'm pretty sure the dogs destroy her mop every time. Okay, let's look at... By the way, if you notice anything on the stream as far as like it's bad, it halts, just put it in the chat. I'd appreciate it because I am trying to I'm trying to make sure that it works out, but okay. And I'm on my laptop for the first time, so I might have to mess with some settings. So if you have alerts on, notice you might get alerts over the next day or two. But I'll be on the road next week. So Vivicor, ABB Limited, FTKA. Okay. Chesapeake Energy. Boy, that's been a falling knife. Arco. Okay. I think that's good. We're going to go to a strategy tester. We're going to go to the 4-hour. This is the great thing about TrendSpider, by the way. And what you're looking at right now is TrendSpider. If you don't have it, you probably should get it. The link is down below. But it is cloud-based. So I basically get the same charts. And I think it was Joe. Joe, you might have. One Joe sent me. He was using TrendSpider in his Tesla. Okay, so what do I want to? I want to look at. Let's look at SPY. I guess I can't look at year to date or month to date. Oh, you know what? I just want to look at. DIA. Let's look at. Let's add comparison. We're going to get. Let's do SPY. Let's do QQQ. And let's do IWM. Okay, compare. Over 1 year, you're all kind of converging. The Dow's down only 7. Everything else. Year to date, guess what's doing well? Autopilot trade. I did, yeah. Joe, it was you. I don't think I posted on my personal Instagram, not the group one, but some photos. It was not a 52, and I wrote to Brandon on the Facebook group. Man, first off, I have tremendous respect for truckers, period, because they hold the nation together. Second is that, man, 17 hours in that car. It is. I will. Full disclosure, I fell asleep, I think, 3 times on autopilot. Hit a bump and woke up and realized, ooh. Yeah, autopilot. If you don't have a Tesla, but autopilot is just amazing, amazing. Let's look at this and we'll scroll down. Okay, falling wedges. That's what I want to bring up. So, let me look. Here. Boom, 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 boom. Subscribe. And then we go, you're subscribed to Falling Wedgers. So I guess you might not be able to see this. But up in the right-hand corner, falling wedge breakouts, it will basically do a look for you. And then chart patterns. I should put... Okay, there we go. I was just trying to figure that out. Daily stock picks. Okay, so we've got that one set up. Some of the better looking falling wedges. Oxy. Oh, Oxy. Let's put this in. Okay, I'm going to say this. Get rid of that. We're going to put in Oxy. Okay. Morning, Joe. See, I got two Joes. Two Joes. How am I supposed to be expected to deal with two Joes? How's that work? I just don't know. I have no idea. Okay, I'm gonna hit the record button here soon. By the way, I got the nicest letter from a man named Thomas last night. Email said he's listened for a while, and I got to tell you guys, I mean, there are thousands of people who listen to the podcast. Getting everybody to write to me to ask questions, do that. I mean, I don't write to my podcast people. So, J squared. Okay. I got a ton of notes, so this one's going to be a long one. It's going to be chatty. Bum. I don't even know what a 3.65 RR. Oh, Rue Risk. Rue Risk. Okay. I retweeted it, so I should probably know what it is. Jim Cramer, yeah. Sell your Foot Locker. FL is doomed. And yeah, if you're not subscribed to my Twitter, by the way, I do retweet a bunch of stuff that I may not share on. I have ADD, so I am not sharing everything. The Facebook group is usually my go-to, but I'm not sharing absolutely everything. Okay, we're going to go over here and we're going to look at QQQ. By the way, we opened up. Let's see. It was looking like it was going to be a huge Sorry, I had to text back my boss. Okay, sorry. If you guys didn't know, I am heading to Chicago Wednesday, Houston Saturday, and then back to New Jersey on the following Wednesday, I think. I got a travel schedule set up, so not only did I have to try and sleep yesterday, I had to try and set up flights and cars and the most. And let's see. Oh, good news. Yeah, I need to email that I need a car and hotels and ooh boy, to the travel agent. If you're not subscribed, by the way, please subscribe. Also, hit the thumbs up button. I'm doing that right now, and I'll get into the podcast right now. I'd like to be able to do it like this. Maybe this is good. Maybe I can. Let's get the cord out of the way. Yeah, Mike. Thanks. Joe was kind enough to show me that in his Tesla he can do TrendSpider on the screen. So, joke I sent him was it's like Netflix and chill in the car. I can trade and drive on autopilot. Okay. You're just gonna have to put up with me kind of. I wish I probably need a Bluetooth. You know what? Since the market opened up, let's see. So if you guys are like me, so I got the new MacBook and I mean, bullish Apple like you wouldn't believe. Absolutely bullish Apple like you wouldn't believe. But it doesn't have USB-A. And so all the printers that I deal with are USB-A. And the little dongles, I lose them like it's candy. I mean, literally, I don't know where they go, but it's like candy. They just go somewhere. And so my boss was like, hey, do you have a dongle? And I said, yeah, I only have one. And it's one that I bought like a week ago. So I said, include them in the package. He goes, dude, I'm just sending them Amazon. So I wrote to him. I said, Amazon doesn't work. I'll lose them because, I got to put them somewhere. They're going to wind up in the luggage, and then I'm going to leave them in the hotel room. But I'm excited about starting soccer again. Okay, let's do this puppy. I think this is, yeah, okay. Yeah, it's fine. I don't have reverb on. I have the compressor on. Plugins. There we go. Okay. I got to check GarageBand and all this stuff. Okay. Hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. It's 9:30. Good morning. Last day of March. Thursday, March 30th. Your boy is in New Jersey doing this on my laptop. I apologize to everybody who hit join on the YouTube. I think it was 7 or 8 tries I had to try to get it live, just because, I'm working on my laptop. So give your boy a break. I wanted to, first off, thank Thomas. Thomas wrote me the sweetest email last night about how he listens all the time. And I urge you guys, it makes me feel good when I know that people are listening and they're learning things. Just when I don't think that anyone listens or anyone understands, Thomas wrote this nice email. He's getting Fidelity. He's getting TrendSpider, all of this stuff. I want to first off thank him for his kind words. Second of all, encourage you guys. I mean, join the platforms. Facebook is down below. YouTube, please just subscribe to YouTube. There are thousands of people who listen to the podcast. I don't have thousands of subscribers on YouTube. It would help if you just go over there. Getting you guys to go over. I completely understand, by the way. It's not like I'm asking you to do a ton, but I am asking you to do things that I don't do. I don't interact with the people that I listen to on podcasts either. So I completely understand, but I will keep reminding you about that. Second off, if you're paying more than $30 a month for your phone bill, go down below. There's a link for Visible. Yesterday's travel from Atlanta to New Jersey, never lost contact, never lost anything. I was able to do Waze completely live, no problem. And I'm paying $30 a month. So if you're paying more than $30 a month, remember, sign up for a Visible service. It's unlimited 5G on my iPhone. I bought the iPhone. You can get discounts on Visible from time to time on iPhones. I don't think they have one going on right now, but over Christmas, you were getting $300 off a brand new iPhone, which was what, a lot of the others were charging you. So $300 off a brand new iPhone, and boom, you get Visible service for $20. I think it's $25 a month, to be honest. It's usually $30, but I think they're running a special promotion where you get $5 welcome. So let's start out with the Qs. It was yesterday, and I posted this on a bunch of places. But yesterday, you can see from TrendSpider, QQQ has a cup and handle. So what does Investopedia describe a cup and handle as? A technical indicator where the price movement of a security resembles a cup followed by a downward trend price pattern. This drop or handle is meant to signal a buying opportunity long go. This is on the 65-minute chart. So let's head back to the chart over here, and we can look at Qs on our 4-hour algorithm. I don't have a cup and handle on the 4-hour algorithm, but on the 4-hour algorithm, you can see right here, 294.71 was the buy. You're trading at 314 right now. Really good buy on a Qs. Well, what could you have done differently? Probably TQQQ. We look at the 4-hour algorithm. You're at 22.17. You're at 26 right now. 30% increase, 20% increase, somewhere in that neighborhood. Great trade. Now, it is a bit extended, but that cup and handle on the 65, that may mean that we got more to go in this one. The RSI right now is at 61 on this. Again, on TQQQ, it's got you in. If we look at the 65-minute algorithm, hold on, I got to get the dog. Hold on. I knew I heard something. Okay, come on. You didn't want to come in. You can go sit with Daisy. You can go. Yes. Oh, I love you. I know. Yes, you are all stained. But you look pretty. Okay, go on. Go. Go sit with Daisy. Go on. Want to go back out there? Okay. Dog just begged to come in, and then she goes out there. Okay. Sorry, dog begged to come in, had to do that. On the 65-minute algorithm, if we run this on TQQQ right now, you are in, and it looks like you're in at 23.76. You're at 26.78, so you're doing well. On this algorithm, just so you know, 65-minute algorithm, it makes you over 8 months. This is 1,000 candles. Loses you 7.56 versus losing 20% if you just bought and held. We're in a bear market, so for 8 months, we're definitely trending down on Qs. So I wouldn't expect to make money, but just realize these aren't investments; these are trades. If you do want to invest, QQQ is a good investment. It's done really, really well over a 5-year period. So, but the Qs are there. The SPY closed over 4,000, so or 400. S&P over 4,000. It hasn't done that in a while. On the 4-hour, you bought in at 395. You're headed upward. It's still going. I would be completely suspicious of this run because we have been range bound, and the earnings multiple on SPY on the S&P kind of puts you at about 4,100 at the top. Again, with rising interest rates, as we reduce interest rates, it doesn't always mean that you're going up, because as we reduce interest rates from this point, it could signal some broken measure of the economy, like the banks, blah, blah, blah. You could have problems. So I would be a little bit scary of buying into this rally. I wouldn't say don't buy into the rally, because obviously on the 4-hour period, the SPY is in, the Qs are in. You've got all of those things. When you look at year to date on the averages, and I've got I'm on Seeking Alpha. You look at DIA, SPY, QQQ, and IWM. Those are the indices that you want to do. DIA is Dow Jones Industrial. SPY is the S&P. QQQ is the NASDAQ. IWN is the Russell 1000. So far, QQQ year to date is just killing it, up 18%. SPY is up 5%. Your IWM is up 1%, and your Dow Jones is down 1%. So if I were to buy one, maybe DIA. And you know what? UDOW is one that may be able to come back, because this is Ultra Pro Dow 30, and we got a buy-in here at $50.36. You're already at 53. So you're close to your 10%. You're still trading below your 200-day moving average. Your RSI is at 59, so you're a little bit overbought. Again, if this is the underperformer and it's going to come up to meet the other ones, UDOW. It's a triple levered ETF just for the Dow. It's an interesting one. But again, I think we're range bound, so it could mean that we're this rally of 10% on UDOW from 50 to 55. You might want to look at maybe trading out of that one if you're in it. But TrendSpider had an interesting one, and I tweeted this one out. Falling wedge, and I'll get to it up here. They have the falling wedge breakout scan. So if you're in TrendSpider, and I tweeted it out, and you can subscribe to it if you're in TrendSpider, just click on this link. I think I posted it as well in the Facebook group, but it's on Twitter right here. And you can just go to TrendSpider. Once you subscribe, you go up here to your upper right and you choose list, and you can type in falling wedge breakout by TrendSpider, and it will do a scan automatically for you and look at these updated ones. And I've got PayX, CTSH, EA, Starbucks, TMUS, which is T-Mobile, WBA, which is Walgreen Boots, KHC, which is Kraft Heinz, Lulu, which we talked about, which killed it on earnings, was up crazy amounts. But, if you want to see the chart pattern, you can just basically go up into chart patterns and go wedge falling. And if you apply it, it should come up with it. But I guess it's on the 65-minute. So we have to go to the 65-minute. That's typically what they're looking at, is the 65-minute on that falling wedge. And it still doesn't show it up. But if you go over here and you just click on their link of interesting falling wedges, you can see here's the WBA, which scans down, and it broke out onto the top. Netflix broke out to the top. Starbucks broke out to the top. And Kraft Heinz broke out to the top. So if we go back here and we look at Netflix, Netflix is one I've been pounding the table on. And it is one that I think is a great buy when it's under 300. You got under 300 back here on March 16th. The algorithm performs, it loses you 25% versus buying and holding 2 years ago. You'd be down 40%. But this one, you're still in at 301. You're trading at 342. That's at over 10%. So it's a great buy. Do I think it's worth something at 342? I do. Netflix is expanding their gaming. They'll use your smartphone as a controller. So essentially, they're going to start gaming on devices like Apple TV. So think about the ecosystem within Apple. And so you've got an Apple TV. Boom, you've got an iPhone. You've all of a sudden gotten and you subscribe to Netflix. You've got a gaming PC on your hands. It's not going to be like super, super like high res gaming. It's going to be cloud gaming. But they're going to use the Apple TV, and it's probably going to be boxes with memory. So it's not going to be something like a stick. But if they do it completely cloud, you could have stick. And that would basically benefit Android with Chromecast and an Android phone. That's good for Google. But I brought up Apple because I think the ecosystem absolutely helps you on this one. So Netflix for the gaming subscription, Apple for the hardware. And you could even, if you wanted to stretch this one and you had an Android phone and you didn't think that it was a good experience on the Chromecast, you could buy NVIDIA Shield. And if you don't know about NVIDIA Shield, it's kind of the Rolls-Royce of streaming devices. It provides you a huge amount of memory, a huge amount of computing power in a little box. It's probably one of the best streaming experience, and yeah, it's made by NVIDIA. So it's got some really good features and really, really impressive specs. So just on the fact that Netflix is looking at using your smartphone as a device to a controller, long Apple, long Netflix, long Google for the Chromecast and Android, and long NVIDIA. So I think they're all good. Sam asked me on Facebook about XLK. This is the technology fund. And yes, I own a bunch of XLK. He asked, if you own all of the other stocks, should you really own XLK as well? Here's my thing. If we go and let's see, XLK stocks. So if we go and look at we look at XLK and we just do a Google search, accept and save cookies, what the hell? And we go to index, yields, fund market price, fund performance, top holdings. There we go. Top holdings. Microsoft is your absolute top. Apple is second. NVIDIA is third. And there's a huge, Apple is 22%. Microsoft is 23%. So you're over 45% just in the top two. Your third is NVIDIA. It's only 4%. So, what do you want to look at? Again, you're looking at these, I don't know, as of March 29, 2020. Oh, they're exact copies. But yeah, should you hold XLK if you have Apple and Microsoft? XLK for me was an exposure. I do own both. I'm heavy in Microsoft and Apple. Apple obviously is a huge percentage of my portfolio. So I do have a ton of it. And I was buying XLK for the exposure to other sets. And that's essentially what it was. I was just adding a little bit to XLK when I didn't want to buy Apple. I was just adding, and I didn't want to buy Microsoft. I didn't want to buy Amazon. I didn't want to buy NVIDIA outright because it was too volatile for me, and it was extended. I just bought XLK. Now, I've been holding XLK. I've got a lot of XLK just because I didn't necessarily sell it because it was performing well. XLK, it's got a buy-in at 138 here on March 15th, above the 200-day. If we go and look at the long of XLK on a weekly, you can see back here in December and January, it was touching the 200-day. Even during COVID, it didn't touch the 200-day. I still think it's a fairly good buy. At your highs, you're at 169, 170. 176, it looks like January 3rd, 2022. So you at 176, you would have absolutely 100% said, ooh, you know what? I'd take that at 148. So is it too late to buy? Nah. This goes all the way back to July 7, 2017. So it's still in an upward trajectory. You broke that upward trajectory in January of 2022 by a large amount. But I would still argue that trajectory is still positive. So I do think that you can hold it. I don't necessarily look at exposure to specific sectors in my portfolio. Yeah, I'm heavily weighted tech. I use a lot of tech. So, if you use it, buy it. So Sam, I think you still absolutely could buy it. Let's look at dividend stocks. Week to date, there are some pretty impressive week to date dividend stocks. I'm having a problem looking at this screen and talking. I completely got dehydrated yesterday on the drive. So if I drink a lot of water, I'm sorry. Hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. Yeah, okay. Continue on. Dividend stocks. There's 2-3 of these that I own, but one that there was a analyst talking about it yesterday, and I really liked her analysis of it yesterday. First one is Citigroup, and if we look at Citigroup on the 4-hour, you are in at, I want to say, 43.84, probably maybe 44.82, but between 43 and 44, you're trading at 46. Are they in the banking crisis? Absolutely, 100% they are in the banking crisis. Citigroup pays a 4.44% dividend. Their PE is 6. Year to date, they're up 2.5%. The average price target is 57, and you're trading at 46 right now. So you have some pretty good upside, pretty decent, not bad PE ratios, not horrible. In the last year, just in February, it looks like there was a bunch of sales from the head of human resources at 50. So you're at 46. I don't consider that a crazy sale at 50. As far as the algorithm goes, again, it's a banking stock. When we look at a banking stock that I do recommend, Bank of America, their PE is 9, forward PE of 7. So Citigroup has its own issues. Bank of America, their target price is 39. I've said anything under 40, I think, is a great price. They're currently trading at 28. I think anything under 30 at this point is a great price. I also own Wells Fargo. Their PE is 12. Their forward PE is 7. You're looking at year to date down 7%. Their target price is 52. I buy around 40. At 38, I'm probably going to add a little bit to it. But Citigroup, for the week to date, they're up 8% week to date, just this week. Another energy, another dividend stock, Devon. Devon has a 10.18% dividend yield right now. 10.18. That goes up as it goes down because obviously they pay a fixed dividend, and that's what people are expecting, but it's at 10% right now. Week to date, Devon is up 8%. We talked about Devon. I think anything under 50 is a buy on Devon. Where you're trading at 49.97. I've said that 60 is the absolute pivot point on Devon. They do have some functional problems. You can see on FinViz, the target price is 67. You look at the most recent buy sales, February and March. The president and CEO is buying a ton of it for him. I mean, again, he's probably a fairly well-off person, but you see him, he's wearing Ross clothing, and he's got a desk that looks like it was put together in 1967 when he's on TV, I should say. But yeah, he's buying somewhere near $1 million worth. They're buying a bunch. So I think this one is absolutely a long-term buy. You're seeing it in a downward trend right now. That's just energy. Energy's in that downward trend, but I think it's going to start to turn around here. Another one that I've talked about recently, and I didn't necessarily recommend it. I recommended Netflix and Warner Brothers, but Paramount Global, PARA. You can see the cross up here. This is your falling wedge that is broken out of, by the way. There's your falling wedge, and it's broken out. 1972 was the buy, not the year, but it was the buying price on March 20th in Paramount. You're trading at 21. You got your 10% right there. But when you look at Paramount's dividend, Paramount's dividend is 4.48. Their PE is 20. Their average target price is $20.98. They're at $21.69. If I think there was some takeover discussion of this one, but yeah, there's a bunch of option exercises, no buys or sales. The last buy was from a director. He bought $20 million worth. National Amusement. So it was their buy. But yeah, those are 3 dividend stocks. Paramount was up 7% week to date. So you had Citi up 8% week to date, Devon up 8% week to date, and Paramount up 7% week to date. If you want exposure to a dividend ETF, SDOG, which is ALP Sector Dividend Dogs ETF, that got a cross up here on March 20th at $49.71. You're trading at $50. This one trades out, and let's see what their dividend is. I think it's around 6% or something. 5.05%. It's an exchange traded fund. You can read more about it. But the symbol is SDOG if you just want dividends. If you're one of those people, I posted a picture of, I think it's Steve Harvey, coming out in a big pimp suit saying that he just got his $2.25 for owning one share as dividend. Yeah, that was pretty funny meme. But it's up there. So if you want that, yeah. FRC, we talk about FRC. I still think this is a great trade. FRC on a 4-hour algorithm, $14.18. This was back on March 23rd. I suggest not trading it on the 4-hour. I suggest trading it on the 65-minute. Now, the 65-minute, you're in at 13.21 and you're at 14.38. It's a great trade. Absolute great trade. I think it's putting in the floor here. I think 14 is your pivot point. Under 14, you buy it. Over 14, you sell it. FRC, I wouldn't hold it over the weekend. I probably would just sit there for it. DPST is a similar one. DPST, you've got this one. This one on the 65-minute algorithm, you are in at $8.37. You're trading at $8.16. And Schwab. Finally, Schwab is just one that I think under 60, I think you just get it. It's trading right now at 53.17, 53.15. It's down 3% today. If you can get this in the 40s, I think you're doing really well. But those are the 3 bank stocks that I say right now, good trade. Not a bad one. I don't think for FRC or DPST, I would hold it over the weekend. I think Schwab is a good long-term strategy. Ask your rich friends, and I'm talking, 7 figures. If you think somebody has 7 figures, where do you keep your money? Just ask them. Where do you trade? Where's your brokerage? If they say Schwab, say, are you nervous about stuff? Have you talked to your Schwab rep? Just say that. Find out what they think. If they think, again, that the institution has been around for a while. I think JP Morgan or Goldman Sachs, if Schwab is actually in danger, which I don't think that they are, those guys would gobble that up in a heartbeat and pay a premium price for it. If for some reason the government has to take it over, those guys are going to try and undercut them, but there ain't no way they're letting that one go. Willie had asked me about Intel about a week ago at some time. I think it was last week. It's over 30, 31.99. Willie, great call on this one. Intel was trading around here. I think he asked me at 28. And he said, hey, I think it's going over 30. I said, I think you're right. It's at $32.04 right now. It's way up. Intel's just way up. I think 30 is your pivot point on Intel. INTC is the symbol. Oil is over $70. I think energy is a good play. I think it's hit its bottom. I think it's, you can see this falling wedge. I'm looking at UCO on the 4-hour. You got a falling wedge, and it's about to break out. You're at 25.24. The buy-in on the 4-hour was at 23.46. UCO, I'd probably use the 65-minute to trade it. UCO, you just got out with a 6% gain. Got you in March 27th at 23.58. You just got out with a 6% gain. Over 1,000 candles. Remember, this is a decaying asset. This is 8 months of data. You lose 8% trading this. If you just bought and held UCO, you'd lose 30%. 30% just over 8 months. So understand that, this is a trade when you see that the RSI is down like it was here. The MACD is well down. It's got to get up near that oscillator. So you can buy it and wait until it goes up. Again, you just had a 6% gain. Your average win on this is 3% on the 65-minute. I just think that oil has been beaten up. If we go to the front page of FinViz and we look at oil, right now you can just scroll down to the bottom. Crude oil trading at 73. It's up 0.7%. just today. The heat map, by the way, is looking good. The market is looking really good. Boyle, if we talk about energy, we have to talk about natural gas. Boyle on the 65-minute, it's in a downward trend. You've got this falling wedge that it's on the bottom of. Just got you out with a loss. I don't know that I'd necessarily look to Boyle to get into. I probably would trade UCO and SCO instead of Boyle and KOLD. Remember, those are trading tools. They're not investments. These are trading tools. So if you want to do them, buy them. If you don't have TrendSpider, use your charting software. Understand that I use a 9-day EMA to actually look for confirmation when it's trading above that. You can see here this green line right here. That's the 9-day. On a 65-minute, it's below that. I wouldn't necessarily buy the Boyle. So let's look at Oxy, because Oxy, there's an 821 EMA that TrendSpider believes in. And I tweeted about this one. If you scroll down here, you can see Occidental Petroleum saw its first bullish 821 EMA cross since January today. This strategy has been quite effective on the stock over the last 4 years, returning 134%, versus buy and hold loses you 7.38%. Now you can look, there's a RU risk ratio, and that's 3.65 here. So it seems to be a very bullish signal on this one. Oxy, if we look at Oxy on the 65-minute algorithm, which is basically just buy over the 8-day EMA, sell when it's under. You have this buy-in here at about $58. You're trading at 62. My buy and sell is 60. So if you want to make some money, buy when it's under 60, sell when it's over 60. The insiders, Warren Buffett on Oxy, if you just go to FinViz, and since not everybody has TrendSpider, I'll show you this in FinViz. Just scroll down. Scroll down to the bottom. Go to finviz.com. Type in Oxy. Scroll down to the bottom. Look at how much Oxy Warren Buffett has bought. And you tell me, is this a company that he thinks is going to make you money over a short period or a long period? The guy just buys and holds. The reason he sold Taiwan Semi, it earned a bunch of money. He got out of it for some reason. He hasn't exactly told us why, but he bought in at a price, made a bunch of money, and then got out. But this strategy for Oxy is absolutely a good one. 60 is what I believe. If you want to do short term, if you want to be Warren Buffett, their average purchase price, you can see down here. Look at the cost price, $59.60, $56.70. I mean, they're buying in the high 50s. So if you buy in the high 50s and you want to hold it, go ahead and hold it. Its dividend is only 1.16. It's not putting out a ton of dividend, but they may. Buffett may say, hey, we want to pay a bunch of dividend. And you know what? He'll benefit in that. He owns 23% of the company right now. One that I posted on about that crossed up is Mara. M-A-R-A. You can see all of these little buys. I'm going to actually delete. I guess I can't delete it. You know what? I don't know how to do it. But all of those is trading over the 8-day. You had this entry at $7.57. You're at $7.87 right now. It's not a crazy thing. You only need 70 cents for 10%. So you're up, 30 cents? You're about halfway there, 35 cents. You're about halfway there right now. It's a 0.8. Crypto is a bit of a risk, but Mara, I think, again, these are Bitcoin miners, Mara and Riot. They typically trade one and the same. I don't want RTH. Let's look at Riot. There we go. Riot on the 65-minute algo. You bought in at $8.54. You're at $9.20. You only need 80 cents. You've got 60 cents, 70 cents, somewhere in that sense. It's been a good one. Both of those are great on the 65-minute algorithm. By the way, 65-minute algorithm with Riot over an 8-month period, you had 95 positions. You made 72% versus if you bought Riot, 8 months ago and just held it, you would have made 26%. You'd be doing backflips on 26%, but you get 3 times that just using this algorithm, 96. And if you want to use, you can launch it as a trading bot. Use Signal Stack and use the link below for Signal Stack through TrendSpider. And you get, I think it gives you 50 free trades. So it's great. Again, over 8 months, you use 95 positions here. So I'm going to, down below, there is my personal watch list with all the cross-ups. I'm not going to go over those. That is a bit riskier. Ones that I don't believe belong in the core portfolio in TrendSpider. They're a bit riskier, but I do watch them. Things like Marriott, MAR, Massey, SE, Lowe's, LOW, HD, Upstart, Tilray, Enphase, Hilton, Chewy, Jumia, Best Buy, and ARKK. They're a little bit riskier, but we can talk about some of the cross-ups. And some of the cross-ups that I do recommend that you take a look at. First one, XLK. XLK just crossed up. The cross-up 145.96, and we're going to go over to the 4-hour algorithm. 145 was the cross-up. This is a secondary cross-up on XLK. You had your original on March 15th, but like we talked about, this could be going for another run. It absolutely could be going for another run. We crossed 4,000 on the SPY. I say be a little bit suspicious of it, but XLK crossed up. PayPal crossed up. This was one. You've got this falling wedge. Again, I have that falling wedge on TrendSpider. PayPal is one that crossed up on the 4-hour at 76.49. I'm sorry, 74.49. And you're at 76.62. You got this falling wedge. It's broken out. You've got a gap above it at 83. Maybe you're going for that gap because you've already filled this gap down here at 71. So 74, PayPal, I think it's a good one. We talk about Square a lot. Square had a cross up earlier in the week. And I'm sorry, it hasn't had a cross up since its beat down from Hindenburg Research, where it traded down to 60. But you're at 68. I said, hey, at 60, absolutely buy. I own a bunch of it. Did I buy it? Nah, I just said buy it. Shopify. April of last year, Shopify was 100% with its 8 years in April. It's 86% that it's going to go up. You've got a gap up here to 52. You're at 46. This one after earnings got beaten down to 40. I don't think it ever got below 40. It got to about 40. It did. 39.02 on March 2nd. I didn't buy more. I own a bunch of this at a significant loss. It's at over a 40% loss, I think. I've been adding to it. I didn't add to it this time. I didn't believe it. At this point, I believe it. I think in April, I think it's got the positive momentum. I think you're going to 40 to 54. It's at 46 right now. That would be a 20% gain. I think I might do it. Not in big marks. I'll probably dollar cost at my average mine. But Shop is one that I like. TARK, this is the 2x innovation fund for ARKK. 58.99 it crossed up. 58.99, you're at 59.87. If you think we've still got stuff in the tank here and you think the NASDAQ had that second crossing, boom, it's a good one. Some of our Vanguard VUG, this is Vanguard Growth. It's a secondary cross up, but it's still got some momentum. If you think we're in that one, that's a long-term play. I probably would have bought it at 231. You're at 244 right now. It's well over its 200-day. You can think about getting out that one. I don't know if I'd necessarily trade this one, but if you want to, get into a cycle of, hey, I'm going to buy one share every time I want to, and then 2 years from now in your long term, you're just kind of shedding it. If you're looking at shedding it because it's a little bit extended and you want to just reduce your stuff, you can do all that. But VUG is one. XLG, which is the Invesco top 50.